These tacos are actually perfect for somebody to get into white fish. White fish is very hard to cook because it's so bland. And if you've never had it, this will make you want to have it all the time if made this way. It's very easy, you can't fail it. It fits with the summer. It's fresh, it's crunchy, it's zesty, and you're gonna love it. Let's get into it. Now the ingredients for these are actually very basic, even though it may look like a lot right now, because we have the seafood mixture, the sauces, the spice, we have some breading, rice flour, regular flour, and then our actual fillings for the topping, and our actual toppings for the tacos. Of course, you're going to deep fry the seafood, but you can also grill it if you want. I'm going to be using corn tortillas. They are the best and I think way more superior to flour tortilla, but you can use whatever you want. Now the first thing you want to do at least a couple hours before you make the tacos is to marinate the actual mixture of Baja fish, which I have cut into these about 1-inch sized cubes, and then some shrimp. I think this is 60-40 shrimp, just a tiny bit smaller than your regular shrimp, and then some onions which I've sliced into about 1/2 inch or about a 1-inch dice. So add your blackening spice in, a touch of vegetable oil. It helps the spice to stick to the actual proteins, the vegetables, and then later on to the breading. So don't skimp out on the oil here. Then for the breading mixture, we have a combination of all-purpose flour and rice flour. It's 1-to-1, and the rice flour here actually really helps to get a crispier and a lighter texture. And baking powder that I'm adding right now also helps with aerating that breading as it's frying, which causes it to become even crispier and even lighter, so you'll feel like the fish, the shrimp is just flaking off as you're enjoying it. Once you have the breading mixture ready and you have marinated it for a couple of hours, then add it into a container, cover it all up, and then shake it really well to evenly coat it. It's just the most efficient way of doing it. Now before you deep fry, you want to make sure that you get the excess flour out. So get a sieve, grab a handful of your fish, put it over the sieve, make sure there's something beneath the sieve, and then just shake, and you'll get the excess flour out. And this is what your final proteins and vegetables will look like before deep frying. Now in retrospect, I should have either put lesser oil or used a bigger pot or a wok. I should have thought of that, but it ended up working out just fine. A tad bit risky for sure. But add your proteins in, and then as they are deep frying, it'll take about 1.5 to maybe like 2.5 minutes. You want to start heating up your tortilla on a pan or a griddle, and also add in your slices of cheese. I'm using old cheddar here. It's going to start to melt. There's some oil on the pan already. That's why it's smoking slightly. It's going to get a nice char to the tortilla. And then add some of your green goddess sauce right down the middle on each of those tortillas. And that cheese will start to melt. The sauce will start to kind of warm up as well. Get ready to accept the proteins. And then once that is lightly toasted, you want to transfer that to your serving plate or taco stands. These pretty fancy ones are very cheap actually and available on Amazon. I'll link it down below. It is an affiliate link, so if you want to support this channel, then click on that link. So the fish is looking actually amazing. It has a nice golden brown texture, and that's what you want to look for. Now if you remember, we shook off most of the breading, and it's not a batter. You could have turned it into a batter by adding some beer in that flour mixture from earlier, but it was meant to be a much lighter kind of taco recipe. So there's not much breading separating the blackening seasoning and the actual breading. So you don't really have to season this after you fried it, nor do you have to season the breading itself. But you can taste at this point and then add salt and pepper if you feel necessary. Start dressing the tacos now. So add in your iceberg lettuce, which I've shredded over here, and then start adding in your protein. Try to evenly distribute the shrimp, the fish, the onion, so each taco has a great bite. And then top it off with a couple more pieces of your shredded lettuce. Then top it off with some tomatoes on each of them. Follow it up with your avocado slices. Of course, you can make guac instead, but avocado slices were so good, so fresh that I had to use it just like that. Now just garnish it up with some cilantro sticks, and these are ready to be paired with your favorite summer drinks, your favorite cocktails, mocktails. Go sit outside, enjoy these tacos, and you will be set. Now you can pair it with authentic Valentina sauce. I really don't like it. I've tried it, I've honestly given it a shot. I just find it too strong, too cuminy, and not flavorful enough. I instead, not sponsored, like Dawson's a lot. Dawson's Hot Original. It's just actually spicy and actually flavorful that I'm actually quite addicted to. It's very nice. But with that, I'll see you all on the next one, and I hope this makes your summer even better.